Please hit like when you come in here. Hit the like when you come in here. Shouts out to the whole entire Lions Den basketball as well as boxing community, and salute to all of my people that have been rocking with me. I'm here on a Friday night. We got our Friday night lights going on. A lot of rivalries that are happening tonight. People are playing for high school football championships and all of that. So uh, it's a busy night in football, and we're gonna get to football in just a second, man. But I got to talk about Chauncey Billups, man. I got to talk about Chauncey Billups. Now, I've always been on the forefront and have stated that Chauncey Billups does deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. Chauncey Billups was a great player, very dynamic point guard, NBA championship, Finals MVP, multiple time All Star. His resume was great as a player, but as a coach, he's not cutting it, man. Chauncey Billups is not cutting it. And I know it. Some people's feelings are about to be hurt right now because I know that a lot of people might respect Chauncey Billups as a coach, but he's just not cutting it out as a coach. I want y'all to understand something. I looked at his winning total and his percentage today. Chauncey Billups, in the 4 years that getting ready to be 4 years, in the 3+ years, I should say, because it hasn't been a full season. He's 8-14 right now. Chauncey Billups right now, please hit the like when you come in here. Double tap the screen, hit the like. Appreciate y'all coming in. Double tap the screen, hit the like, please. I looked at it today, and Chauncey Billups has a record of, since he's been with Portland, 89-179. 89-179. What's up with it, crazy? Please hit the like when you come in here. He has a win percentage. He hasn't even reached 500 yet. Okay. And he's had 3 seasons. Now, he was an assistant for a long time, or for a few seasons over there with the Clippers, with Doc Rivers. Yeah, I'm driving. What's up with it, y'all? Y'all all right? But hit the like when you come in here, though. Please hit the like. But like I was saying, his win percentages has been horrible. I don't know if he's getting. You said, where am I going? I'm headed to the crib. I'm headed home. But I don't know if Chauncey Billups is getting to the players. I don't know if they're responding to him and what his philosophy is. Now, just to his credit, just a little bit, he has been dealt a few bad hands. I mean, of course, we had the situation that happened with Dame Lillard. His first season, well, when he got there. Okay, uh, there was a situation with Dame Lillard, and a stronghold. There was like this whole little toggle that was going on with the organization and Dame Lillard or whatnot. So they were trying to get over the Dame Lillard era and C.J. McCollum to a certain degree. Okay, so that era that finished, but you had the very next season to prove yourself, and it didn't work out that very next season. Then just this last season, I think they were 21-61. They were 21-61 last season. 21-61. And now this season they're 8-14. They're on the verge of possibly missing the playoffs again and having a losing record again. Now, if they're going to be giving smoke, if we're going to be giving smoke to Doc Rivers and everything, and like I said, I've criticized Doc a lot, and it's ironic he comes from under the Doc Rivers tree. But if we're going to be giving Doc Rivers a smoke, we got to be looking in the direction of Chauncey Billups, because he's had now going on 4 seasons to turn this thing around in Portland. And this is also going to hurt some people's feelings, okay? Now, salute to the brother Cypress TV. I was talking to Cypress TV, and I looked at something, man. Now, what I'm about to say is going to trip you out, okay? But believe it or not, Terry Stotts has had a better record than Chauncey Billups, okay? Now, of course, we knew how Terry Stotts' tenure ended there, and I'm not a Terry Stotts fan, but he had a better record than Chauncey Billups. I mean, Chauncey Billups has been there going on, like I said, this will be his 4th season over there in Portland. And if he's on the hot seat, man. He's on the hot seat. Chauncey Billups has to be on the hot seat this season. Now look, man, I'm all for my people. I'm all for my brothers. You know what I'm saying? Getting a head coaching job. Don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? I want guys to sit up there and prove themselves. But some guys are not cut out to be head coaches. Some guys are not they're not cut out to be head coaches. Some guys are just really good at being an assistant coach, which is nothing wrong with that. But when you take that next level, when you take that position, when you're in the hot seat, and you're the HNIC, so to speak, the expectations are a lot different. I mean, Portland, yeah, it's like you don't even look at Portland. You look at Portland how you're looking at Utah right now. You look at Portland how you used to look at the Orlando Magic for a while. Now the Orlando Magic, they've turned the corner. Hell, they're looking better without their main player in Bashir, without Paleo. Now I'm pretty sure once he gets back and everything, there'll still be a threat there. But you used to look at Orlando how you looking at Portland now. Nobody even pays attention to Portland like that. And I used to like the Portland Trailblazers culture. You know, because one of the point guards that I used to follow, that I used to like, in hold on one second, y'all. All right, sorry about that. I was looking at something, y'all. But I used to follow Terry um, as a point guard. That was my guy, man. You know, of course they had, Jerome Kersey, they had Terry, they had Clyde. Um, they had who else did they have? Well, later on they had Rod Strickland. I remember when they had Buck Williams. You know, the Portland Trailblazers, man, they always had, really good talent, man. They just never, besides that championship with Bill Walton, they never could get over the hump. Hold on, y'all. All right. Sorry about that, y'all. Salute to y'all coming in. I'm talking about Chauncey Billups. But yeah, man, Chauncey Billups is on the hot seat, man. He's got to get it done. If he doesn't get it done this year, I wouldn't be surprised if they get rid of Chauncey Billups. And look, man, I'm not praying on Chauncey Billups' downfall or anything like that. That's not what I'm doing here. But what I am saying is that, I mean, you've had 3 seasons, man. What's up, Cottage? You've had 3 seasons. You've had 3 seasons to get it together. Okay, like I said, I'm not gonna count that first season. Like a, a first season for a head coach to me is can be very tough, depending on the situation. Like if you have, if let's say for instance, man, like with the situation that went on in Miami with Eric Spoelstra when he took over. Well, when he was there with LeBron and Wade and Bosh, like a situation like that, it's not gonna be as tough. It'll still be tough because you still have to manage personalities and egos, that sort of thing and whatnot. But if you're coming into a situation where you only got like maybe one superstar and the rest are just mediocre players or something like that, and now you got to figure out how you're going to apply your philosophy, that sort of thing, then it'll be kind of tough. So that first season, I kind of really don't look at it. You said, "Hey, what's up with it, Kev Cook? I really want the brother to do well, but he's not the right coach for the Blazers." Exactly, Kev Cook. Like I said, I listen. I'm not praying Chauncey Billups' downfall. I'm not doing that at all. But Kev Cook, he's been there now. He's been there 4 seasons. They still have a losing record. They have not turned the corner. They're still gonna. They're still. It's looking like they're gonna be in the same position that they were last season. Looking on the outside, looking in. They're gonna be on the outside, looking in from both the play-in and the playoffs. And another losing record. That's gonna be 4 seasons. That's going to be 4 seasons. What's up with it? What's up with it, Cypress? I see you in here. Make sure you sub to Cypress. I didn't see you in here, bro. My bad, man. What's up with it, Chad? I didn't see y'all in here, man. I didn't see. Okay, I see you in here, Chad. My bad, bro. I'm seeing y'all, man. I'm focusing on this road. But like I said, if you're just walking in, if you're just coming in here, I want to lay something on you because I don't want to just talk about this situation. I want to put some numbers by it. Chauncey Billups, since he has been with the Portland Trailblazers, his record is 89 and 179. That's that's horrible. He doesn't have, but guys like Doc Rivers and Jason Kidd, those guys they got criticized, but they have a better win percentage. Okay, so Chauncey Billups has to be on the hot seat. He's got to be on the hot seat, man. And look, like I said, we could bring up some of these other coaches, like Mike D'Antoni. Shout out to Tiki because Tiki always brought up Mike D'Antoni, which is a really good example of him always consistently being. I'm not gonna say have losing seasons, but he was always getting multiple chances. Now, the only difference is that Mike D'Antoni, he actually was making, he was somewhat competitive as a coach. Chauncey Billups, man, he hasn't been able to develop this young talent. He hasn't been able to do what Mosley is doing. He wasn't able to do what Willie Green. Yeah, Willie Green. He's had his struggles too, but I don't blame Willie Green for what's going on in New Orleans, man. You got a disgruntled Brandon Ingram. Okay, the organization, not only, man, they've pretty much wasted their money on Zion Williamson. They brought in DeJounte Murray with the assumption that this was going to be dynamic team when you include C.J. McCullough, when you include Zion Williamson, and you include Zion Williamson, C.J. McCullough, DeJounte Murray, and Brandon Ingram. That's 4 guys that can actually score. And to a lesser degree, DeJounte Murray, because DeJounte Murray is more of a two-way player. You said D'Antoni deserves more respect. But, I mean, D'Antoni, his system, listen, everybody, they took a lot from D'Antoni. Whether we want to admit it or not, a lot of what you see from like Golden State, like the Golden States, even Boston to a certain degree. A lot of the teams have taken, what D'Antoni had brought, which is the 7 seconds or less, but he brought that European style where okay, it was just fast paced, but no defense played. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much. Now he had guys on his team that could defend. Like he had Sean Marion, he had Roger Bell, and he had Amari Stoudemire playing defense and stuff. But for the most part, it was all about just getting up the. And you had the Brazilian blur. You also had Boris Diaw. I don't think Boris Diaw gets enough credit for his defense either. But like I said, man, he's got an 89 and 179 win loss total as a coach. and he comes from the dock. He comes from the dock tree. Ty Lue, we can't make any excuses for him because Ty Lue does have championship. I know some people are gonna say, well, he had LeBron James. He still got a championship regardless. There you go, buddy. He still got a championship regardless. But yeah, he's got to step it up. If Chauncey Billups does not win this season, I don't even think he'll. I doubt he'll get another head coaching job uh, for a couple seasons. If anything, I think they should have went at they should have gave Sam Cassell. I'm waiting for Sam Cassell to get his chance as a head coach. I'm just being honest, man. And see, Chauncey Billups had already had some things working against him when he came in. Everybody wants to talk about that situation that happened when early in his career with the Boston Celtics and that whole situation with the woman and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? Which happened early in his career, which was really unfair to him. But they did the same thing to Jason Kidd. They brought up the alcoholism and they brought up the domestic violence and stuff like that. So it was normal. They always going to do that to the black coaches. So I mean, what do y'all think? I want to hear from y'all, man. What do y'all think? Do y'all think that? Because I mean, let's get into some conversation. Do you think that Chauncey Billups deserves to be there? I don't want to be the only one that probably is looking at a situation from one perspective. I could be wrong. Does Chauncey Billups deserve another chance? Like if he doesn't make the playoffs this season, does Chauncey Billups deserve another chance with the Portland Trailblazers? Okay, Ted, you said no. Why not? I want to know why. Come on, man, get descriptive with me, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't just say nah. Like, tell me why, man. Tell me why. Okay, there we go. No. Okay, you said no. Okay. So, okay, does he deserve another head coaching job anywhere else? Or do you think that he's better off being an assistant? And if he does not get a job, if he doesn't get, well, if they get rid of him, who do you think should give a chance to? Like, let's just throw some names out there. Already in my mind, I'm looking at Sam Cassell. I'm just being honest with you. Yeah, but see, that's as a player. I said that earlier, Ted. As a player, he was dynamic. He knew how to control the game. Chauncey Billups was a leader. He was a leader. But as a coach, he's not Curtis. You said Damon Stoudemire. Okay, all right, yeah, all right, there you go. Now you know what, Damon Stoudemire, man. I forgot that he's been in the coaching circuit. They ought to give Damon Stoudemire, but Sam Cassell is always standing out in my mind. Now, here's another thing too. Kenny the Jet Smith is talking about stepping into coaching too. I think that Kenny the Jet Smith, even though he got the inside the NBA thing going and stuff like that. But I think Kenny would be. I think Kenny needs to go ahead and. I think he would be a good coach. You know what I'm saying? Because Kenny he was a leader. He was a good. He was a decent combo guard, mainly a point guard, and I think he would. I think he would. I think he would be a good fit. For an organization. Maybe start off. You know what I'm saying? Doing assistant, and then eventually becoming a head coach. But we never, of course, we never want to see none of our brothers, man, like lose their jobs or anything like that. But you got to be doing something, man. You got to be at least having the players buy into what you're selling, at least. You know what I'm saying? Somewhat. You said Kenny Smith would be a great teacher. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, man. Because it's funny, man. They were talking yesterday or the day before that. I think it was, man. It was on inside the NBA or whatnot, and they were having that debate about coaches and stuff, and they were talking about how they were able to sweep. The Rockets were able to sweep Shaquille O'Neal and them, and the Magic, and the reason is because they had a strategy that really they implemented that Shaq and them really couldn't figure out, and that's what the whole the really the debate was about whether coaches are really important to superstars or not. You know what I'm saying? That's what the debate was. Chuck and Kenny, they agreed that coaching is needed. Shaquille O'Neal, he disagreed with both of them. Shaquille O'Neal having the big ass ego that he has. He basically said that no, I don't need no coach or anything like that, which was cap. Shaq needed a coach and everything. You said, but what about Mark Jackson? Yeah, you know what, Cottage. Um, I think, man, that ship has sailed, man. Unfortunately, I don't think Mark Jackson has been blackballed. You know, I don't think they're ever gonna give Mark Jackson a chance to coach in the NBA again. I'm just keeping it. I'm just keeping it a stack, man. They're not gonna give. They're not gonna give Mark Jackson another chance. But like I said, man, Chauncey Billups, man, he got to turn this thing around, man. Now I'm gonna switch up, man. We talking NFL now. We talking football now. Now again, man. Earlier I talked about Randy Moss, man. I'm gonna touch on this briefly, and then I get to what I get to. I wanna send a shout out to Randy Moss. I want to send prayers to a speedy recovery for Randy Moss. I never had the opportunity to meet Randy Moss. I know some people that know Randy Moss. I don't know any of his family members or anything like that, but I do know people that have actually met Randy Moss, and Randy Moss is he's a humble guy. Now, on the field, he was a killer. You know what I'm saying? On the field, he wasn't to be fucked with. You know what I'm saying? But off the field, man, he was one of the from what I hear, he was one of the most genuine human beings that you could have met, and that's that's crazy, especially when you think of a receiver, man. But all right, having said all of that, man, let me talk about NFL, man. Everybody's so busy worried about Lamar Jackson's talent, his MVPs, how dynamic he is, blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I want Lamar Jackson to win a ring, but that's not going to happen, man. That's not going to happen. Now, on the flip side, you have a guy in Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is not worried about MVPs. He's not worried about individual accolades. He's worried about he's chasing Super Bowls. That's what Pat Mahomes is chasing. He's chasing Super Bowls. And everybody keeps always bringing up the fact, oh yeah, unanimous MVPs, MVP this and individual that and stuff like that. All it is really is a hype job. Yeah, listen. It's funny that we're talking about this, Ted, because shout out to True Raw for TV, man. It was him and Dreamers Pro. Shout out to Dreamers Pro too. They brought up, but it was True Raw. True Raw was the original one that really brought this up about Michael Jordan and how he felt about. I guess it was padding stats and numbers and playing years to catch people and stuff like that. All Michael Jordan was about was getting rings. He wanted to get his rings or whatnot, get his championships. He didn't really care about the numbers and stuff like that. And I think Tura alluded to, 49. He would have like 49 points. He could have got 50, but he got out, stuff like that. Well, I look at that when we're talking about football, and in the case of Lamar Jackson and in the case of Pat Mahomes. Lamar Jackson in the playoffs is 2-4. Okay? He's worried about, you got to worry about just getting to the Super Bowl. Like winning a championship. You know what I'm saying? Pat Mahomes is worried about, his worries is, okay, let me win 3 straight. Let me get 4 championships. You see what a comparison is? You see what I'm saying? Like, that's the conversation. It's not about individual. Like, yes, we know that in the beginning, Pat Mahomes was playing basketball on grass, so to speak, and everything, but Pat Mahomes is busy chasing rings, and he figured that out early. Now, I know some people are going to say, oh, yeah, well, he's had a better team, all this other stuff. He still had to go out there and execute. You said, do you think that Pat Mahomes is better than Peyton Manning? Hell yeah, he's way better than Peyton Manning. Way better. Now, in the regular season, no. But, man, he's way better than Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning wished that he could be Pat Mahomes. You know what I'm saying? Peyton Manning hasn't done near what Pat Mahomes has done. Yeah, basketball on grass. The reason why I said that is because Damian Woody has said that, he's playing basketball on grass, but that's what he was doing, Ted. Like those little flickers that he was doing, the left hand throws and all the spin cycles he was doing and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? You remember when he first came in, he was doing some dynamic stuff. And, guys were calling it basketball on grass. But yeah, man, he smokes Peyton Manning. He smokes Aaron Rodgers. Man, he smokes all of those guys, man. Because you got to think about it, man. He's already got 3 rings, man. He going for a 4th ring. You said Peyton Manning. Man, listen, bro. I don't, and you know what? I don't see Pat Mahomes playing like a very very long time. I believe that Pat Mahomes he just wants to. Pat Mahomes is kind of like Steph Curry, okay? And I don't want people thinking I'm trying to use that as the whole light bright thing or whatever. But they both have like kind of the same mindset. They're very they have an entrepreneur business mindset. You know what I'm saying? That looks beyond football and beyond basketball or whatnot. You got to understand that what Pat Mahomes is involved in. He's already an entrepreneur. He did some. I forgot. I think he had got down with some tech company or something like that. I forget what it was or whatever. I'm gonna have to look that up or whatever. I know he was into. He got involved with fashion, like apparel. He got involved with apparel. You know what I'm saying? I forget what it was. Don't quote me on it. I don't want to act like I know and everything. But this I do know. He brought the Whataburger franchise over to Kansas City, and um, they didn't have any Whataburger franchises over there in the Kansas City and the some of the Midwest area or whatever. He brought a whole bunch of franchises there, and so he's running that franchise. As you know, Pat Mahomes is from Texas, and he's from Tyler, and hey, let's just call it what it is. People in Texas, they love their Whataburger. Yeah, nah, but I'm just saying you got to look at what they're doing. They're both killing the game right now. Like similarities, like wait, okay, you got to think about it. Pat Mahomes don't have all the MVPs in the world or whatever. He got Super Bowl MVPs or whatever. That's what really matters. He's got championships. You know what I'm saying? He's you know what I'm saying. Steph Curry. He's got Larry O'Brien's. He's got unanimous MVP. You know what I'm saying? He's got a winning record. You know what I'm saying in the finals. You know what I'm saying? Like he's ran a generation. These guys are similar. I know we're gonna bring up a light skin and all that other stuff, but they have an entrepreneurial a mindset. You said we sure do. Man, please, man. Man. You didn't start getting on Waterburger till you came here, man. hey, hey, Cyphers, man. I put you on Waterburger, bro. Nah, man. Man, I try to get Cypress down here, man. I don't know how long, man, to come over here, man, and get Waterburger or whatever. Now he is hooked, man. But that was real smart what Pat Mahomes did. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that was real smart. What what he did, man. Um, him bringing the Whataburger franchise, to an area where there was a demand for it. But to get back to what I was saying and spinning the block, uh, talking about what we were talking about. Pat Mahomes ain't worried about, you know, individual stuff. You know what I'm saying? He's worried about team stuff, man. And he's just a natural born leader. He gets it done. Another thing is, man, that a lot of people don't really talk about with Pat Mahomes is his toughness, his grit, man. Pat Mahomes is tough as nails. Man, what? Sorry about that, y'all. Yeah, he's smart. He's smart. He's tough. Um, you know what I'm saying? He's flamboyant at the same time. Like this guy's a winner. Like people are gonna say what they say. It's just like when Brady was winning. It's just like what you said earlier, Ted. Oh yeah, the refs and all this other stuff. Everybody thinks that the refs are, are controlling the narrative and all this other stuff. Kansas City really haven't. If we're really being like technical, they haven't really had as much help from the refs as people think. Now, I forget which game it was. They they robbed another team or whatever, but Pat Mahomes has been pretty much been playing with house money and has been getting it done. Uh, by I'm not gonna say Dolo with the help of Andy Reid and his good coaching, but Travis Kelsey really hasn't been a factor. He worried about making movies. He about to be in Happy Gilmore and shit. You know what I'm saying? He looking at life after football. Their running game, what's his name? Hunt it went down. Well, no, Isaiah had went down um, earlier in the season. All right. So they had to look elsewhere for a running game. Then, of course, they had to add D Hop. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, this guy Ben pretty much man has had his work cut out for him. He's had his work cut out for him, man. So, um, you said Reed in the GO conversation. Yeah, exactly. We know Andy Reid is in the GO conversation, man. Andy Reid has always been a he's always been a great coach, man. He's always been a great coach, always. You know what I'm saying? But Mahomes. Let's just call it what it is. They need each other. It's sort of like Belichick needed Brady. Reed, what's it called? Pat Mahomes to a certain extent. He needed Andy Reid, and Andy Reid needed Pat Mahomes. Pat Mahomes had already had the talent. You said D Hop playing years younger. Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, when you're in a winning situation, you play good. It's just like with Daniel Jones going to Minnesota. You never know. This might motivate Daniel Jones because they picked up a guy. They were like, okay, well we're just gonna pick up a guy who considered expendable. You said Patrick has chips. Yeah, he does, man. See, he's all about winning rings, man. He don't care about no unanimous MVPs and all this other stuff. And I'm not taking anything away from Lamar Jackson. He's phenomenal, man. But at the end of the day, when are we gonna start holding Lamar Jackson accountable? After this year, if he don't win, because every year what they do, and that's what I was telling Cypress, every year they make all these excuses for Lamar Jackson. As big of a fan as I am of Lamar Jackson, I'm also going to give him constructive criticism too. We got to stop making all these excuses. The Ravens, man, every time they get to the postseason, they forget how to play their brand of football. You know what I'm saying? It seems like in the regular season, the Kansas City Chiefs, and I'm talking about before this season. This season they've been, they just been killing the competition and whatnot. But last season it was like they forgot how to play football in the regular season, but in the postseason they knew where they knew what to do. You know what I'm saying? They pretty much got their shit together. And it's the complete opposite for the Ravens, man. So, but But yeah, man, I'm finna go ahead. I'm gonna ride out, y'all. I appreciate y'all supporting me, man. I just wanted to talk to y'all for a little bit about these situations right here. Make sure y'all like the video, share it, subscribe, hit them notifications too. Straight to the point, sports and entertainment, man. Shouts out to the whole entire Lions Den, basketball, and boxing communities. Till then, man, I'm out.